Yeah, I'm back with a new look at my 4 Loco deck that we played last week. And this time I've added in another drink. One from my past, Surge. You guys, some of you might be too young to remember Surge, but it was like a crazy Mountain Dew from back in the day. And in this case, Surge is a card in Marvel Snap, as you know. Another way to potentially discount the various 4 drops in this deck. As you can see here, we're running 7 4-cost cards, getting discounted by Zabu. Sometimes Zabu that is now buffed by Joaquin Torres for even bigger discounts. You've also got Surge and Phastos as some electricity-based discount cards. And then Misery can come in and double down on that Zabu or that Phastos for even additional discounts. And this time around I added Hood into the mix as well. You may remember last week I was playing this with Jane Foster, hoping to discount all the 4-cost cards down to 0 and then draw them with Jane Foster. That basically like never happens. It's really cool when it does, but it's so unlikely. I thought going for a more consistent game plan with Surge made a little bit more sense, and the Hood in particular of course plays really nicely with Joaquin Torres and Misery. And those demons could fill in your curve gaps quite well on top of that. Because sometimes, you know, like a 4 and a 1, or you might have a discounted 4 that costs 3 and like another one that costs 2. And then you can still play a demon to fill in and basically just smooths out some of those gaps and plays really nicely to both the Joaquin and the Misery, which gives this deck, you know, some big surprising power dumps, whether that's like 2 or 3 demons at the end of the game. You can have, you know, a 0-cost Galacta, because cards can still get to 0 in this deck, which can make things really unpredictable. You know, Gwenpool, you play this super cheap on turn 5 and dump some crazy power on 6. I also added some just like bigger power cards in the mix, like Ares. I thought, despite the Hood, we won this Ares. I don't think I failed a single time on this Ares while playing this deck. There's so much like little Thanos and little move decks and like little tempo decks and stuff. Everybody has some pretty small decks these days. A lot of like 3 power cards, 2 power cards. So having just some chunkier 4s often wins you that Ares. Keep in mind Surge and Phastos also buff your deck to make the Ares a little more consistent. And then Laufey can also be a really big power swing as well. So some big number cards, a little bit of utility in the mix with Enchantress. I thought about Shang-Chi, but yeah, it's just I'm so sick of Shang-Chi right now, dude. I didn't want to contribute to the Shang-Chi misery out there. So all in all, I do think this is actually a more reliable and more consistent version of that same deck I played last week. And I really think this actually teeters on being like a good competitive kind of build. I had a 9-6 run with this one on a real infinite climb, which is pretty solid results for people tryharding, playing against a lot of like Thanos and real top meta decks out there. I suspect if more people play this, we get more data. I think this actually probably holds up as a solid deck at large. I think there are still some games where you just get that really clunky dead hand of all 4s, but you're hitting enough early game consistently now. Between these 3 discounters, you usually start finding good plays on turn 3 and then really piece together nice plays throughout the rest of the course of the game. Usually turns 4, 5, and 6 all feel pretty good. So I once again had fun and success with this kind of deck, and I think you might see similar sorts of results. Either way, you can still do some big, spicy, crazy stuff in this one, as you're assuredly about to see. Zabu, we always play on. Oh, dude, this curve, by the way. Goodness gracious, dude. Yes. Look at Surge left, Phastos mid, Galacta right. Something like that. Laufey already discounted too. We love it. That's a good shield hit left, maybe. This insane curve. I mean, do I ever skip Phastos for a 3 is, I guess, a question. I mean, maybe Gwenpool, or definitely I would if it was Galacta, 100%. But Gwenpool, maybe. It's Hood anyway. Okay. Could put Hood here and just say, hey, we're gonna for sure find Misery, or maybe just abandon this, one of the two, or maybe Galacta catches it up anyway. And I'm just worried about spacing otherwise. Like Misery mid's kind of cool, by the way, if you wanted to just really build out a Misery location. But we're just not gonna have that many cards, so without like ways to get more card draw, I think this is okay. I think maybe having a bailout spot, maybe having a Misery dump over here is still good. You know, basically saying like for now it's a bailout. Like just we're leaving it. We'll deal with that later. You know, solve that problem down the road. But we're just quickly running out of space is the only thing. Stegron's big at least. Okay. Nocturne for them. They might turn off in the Crow Show. Who knows? Spider-Man Hood actually is good for 2 reasons, right? The only thing is you do wish you could put Galacta in. So I do this, Spider-Man. Yeah, see, I want to do Spider-Man now because if I activate on turn 5, that means I get the Hood to play on 6, and I want that demon to play. So maybe we just pass on the Galacta this turn. Stuff could cost... Like, if it gets a Surge discount and a Phastos and a Zabu discount, stuff could cost 1. So in theory, I should play my demon right now. Right? Demon here, Galacta here. In other words, I may be able to play Galacta plus a 1-drop next turn, right? Actually kind of reasonable. What is this gonna be, dude? What is this gonna be? What is this gonna be, dude? Kazar. Whoa, we're playing an actual zoo deck, dude. What year is it? Oh my good god. You want to talk about a 1-drop, by the way. Maybe we do this now. I'm like, I don't want an Enchantress to go here, right? Like, Enchantress also good here for the record too, though. 10 power Gwenpool. I just feel like left is, we're actually going to be pretty strong. I mean, not the strongest, I guess, but they're not going to want to play as much here. So I want to get stronger elsewhere. So I want to move Galacta here. This Laufey, by the way, is about to be the most jacked Laufey you've ever seen. He is going to be a monster. Maybe he goes mid if we feel good about winning, right? They've got Shield plus Sam plus... Oh, what else? Oh, I forgot the Demon is also getting buffed. Oh, that's good too, though, actually. That's better to spread them a little bit, I'd say. Oh, Enchantress mid, please, dude. 1 time. I mean, either way, this is just absolutely ridiculous hand. We're only up 2 here. And that Pim's about to get buffs. I think, mathematically speaking, this looks like the nicest distribution to me. Like the most power mid. We're already had a lot here, and most of this could move out. They can gain +2, but then they only have 2 spots. So Ares is still probably always beating a zoo deck. They'd have to have like exactly Mockingbird, Gilgamesh, or something. We have, you know, 16 power, which is pretty good Ares, and he's already buffed a lot, so. 30 +3. This is an insane output game, dude. We are just hitting everything here. It's funny we got another 4-drop, by the way, off expansion. The game was like, oh, I heard you liked 4-drops, huh? Well. Let's see what Necrotia turns into. Does that cause any wrinkles here? Usually just only upside. That's totally fine, of course. So Monster Laufey. They didn't play anything else mid, so no Shang-Chi risk. 20-4. Wait, why is it 20? High? Oh, Phastos buffs. I forgot. I literally thought about that when building the deck, and then I forgot about it. Oh my god. Phastos buffs are nuts. Dude, an Electra here could be crazy. No Electra, though, but they do flip back left. Big dump this turn. Titania was a home run. Fable's solid. Aranya solid. Mockingbird insane. I mean, I love how hard they had to push even left, though, dude. Like, we really went big this game, dude. 34 and 27 is ridiculous. Even without this, it would have been 27 and 27, which is ridiculous power output, dude. Okay, Phastos. Only card to play early. Black Vortex, Phastos is solid. Joaquin, I think maybe just go ahead and rip the Joaquin here, because we're theoretically not going to have time to play a 1-drop anyway. If we top decked 1 exactly, it might be better than Phastos, but... Heimdall is solid. Not as good as Thanos, though. Never win these 50-50s, do we? It's not in the cards, man. Doesn't happen for us. So Gwenpool on 4. Definitely the move. We're never that good at White Hat Room, so I'm just going to avoid it and focus left and mid, probably. Gwenpool over Galacta. Galacta guaranteed to hit at least 6 power. Gwenpool not guaranteed to hit 6 power, and also Gwenpool is still decent next turn as well. Galacta makes a 1-drop very good for us if we hit Zabu. You can go Gwenpool Zabu. Ares. Pretty risky. Like, Hood is not big. I do think the opponent has a very small deck, probably, for the record. What was this Thanos? I forgot already. It was like an Angela. Yeah, they probably do have a very small deck. I think Gwenpool is... Like, I'm usually only playing 1 card next turn is the problem, right? So Gwenpool just doesn't really look great. Kind of want to just go Ares here, win this. I mean, maybe you do just go Gwynpool here into Ares left next turn, and you're just so ahead in Stark Tower that you just trust your numbers. +3 energy on a small deck like this doesn't usually give them enough to beat, you know, we're gonna get 21. I mean, it could, to be fair. I would love another Zabu, actually. I mean, if I'm them, I'm like abandoning mid, right? Oh, dude, Laufey is nuts now, too. Bro, what's crazy is Laufey actually just flips right now. Especially, well, it doesn't even matter if Jeff moves out. They might play a new card here that's buffed by Elsa, but I think they just leave this, right? I think they focus... Well, no, they might just dump left. But I don't know, dude. Laufey could actually hold this. I don't know, dude. I'm like really tempted to see if Laufey holds. If this is just like Kitty Pride. They did go hard left. And it seems like they spent most of their energy left. This is just Kitty Pride. Does this hold? Oh, no, I don't think it holds. They're going to 16, and I'm going to... It holds. Oh, yes. Laufey, you beautiful son of a gun, dude. Needed the Galacta buff to get there, but dude, look at that. 6 from Gwynpool, 3 from Galacta, 4 from Laufey, -4 for the opponent, and it only wins by 2. I would be so tilted if I knew this got all 3 Gwynpool buffs, dude. I would be so mad. So mad. It's a good thing it did too, because like Ares left never would have held. We would have only been at 24. Wow, that Gwynpool sniped, man. Unreal. Unreal. Ayo, Hood missed the buff, which honestly, yeah, I mean, that's okay. We like to misery it anyway, so, or just pretend that lane doesn't exist, you know? One of the two. Howard definitely makes me think Enchantress could be OP this game. Oh my good god. Oh my goodness gracious. The opponent is definitely a high Tribunal deck, right? Living Tribunal deck. Almost said high Evo. Still think so. Still think they're a Tribunal deck, yeah. So we'll just like try to save this Enchantress till the end. We might need to actually drop priorities. I don't know if going fully wide here made the most sense, but maybe we'll let Mojo World go, just stack up some dudes mid. I mean, everything's so cheap. Part of me wants to Galacta now, but I can actually put Galacta here, I guess. Yeah. That still loses priority is my consideration. As soon as they put a second card right, I mean, honestly, if they are Tribunal, I can just Enchantress right now and they're cooked. Before they like Cosmo, the Tribunal decks almost have to have Iron Man to have enough numbers to win. I'm gonna go ahead and do it while we have priority. There's risks of like Cosmo and stuff if you don't. Not all builds run Cosmo. Like I don't run Cosmo, but a lot of them do. So just do it now and call it a day. Like I don't know. Stop a Mystique or anything too. Sarah still in there. Okay, so still looks like Tribunal for sure. Now I will say the one thing you can't risk with I can't let them win Mojo World. So if they were running a Shang-Chi, you might be a little screwed actually. Because they could clear out these big guys and then win Mojo World and spread the Mojo World power still, right? Since we Enchantress early. We could hit a Misery Enchantress, which would be really cool. Like it would lose you Mojo World, but it would delete any of their future spicy plays maybe, you know? Okay. They have a lot of power in deck still. What the heck? Limbo gone, all right. I mean, honestly, if a Tribunal deck is running Shang-Chi, I will feel unbelievably insulted by this. But, you know, it's not impossible, I'm gonna say. Let's say, like... The Misery is, like, totally insane. There's no reason to Misery, right? There's just no reason at all to Misery. This is actually where you play the Misery. But there is like a part of me that's like, wait a minute, maybe I should save it, right? Maybe we just save it. We don't really need that demon. Let's just save it. Let's just see what they're cooking here. If there's some weird spice that happens and I have to Misery right, I can probably still win left, but it's actually not that easy, right? Left is actually pretty hard to win. They have a big lead and we can't spike Galacta power there. So like Misery just loses you right if you play it. So it would have to be something insane, you know? It would have to be insane. Iron Lad hits Onslaught, and that's an anti-venom. I don't see how the anti-venom gets you there, right? So I think we just Misery left, Demon right, or whoever right, it doesn't matter. Demon should be fine. They look like they're really big, but remember, that's because they're winning Mojo World right now. They're not actually really big. The Mojo World is 100 and spreading across. So they have like okay, they're just retreating. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I thought that was going to happen when we saw the Iron Man, but I don't know. We had absolutely ridiculous discounts. We had crazy power numbers. We just had it all. Okay, Joaquin on 2. We can work with that. DC is actually really good if we get Hood. Could be kind of amazing. We'll see. Silver Sable early, so probably some kind of Affliction deck. Which, yeah, I mean, we can get around that probably. Laufey might accidentally feed into them, though, a little bit too much. So, yeah, I think it helps to get bodies here so we don't accidentally get all of our cards in one spot, you know. Oh, this might be a bounce deck, actually. Sick, dude. We haven't seen as much bounce lately. I've seen a few decks popping up on Untap, so it might be gaining a little bit of popularity these days. Beast gone for them. Well, that's a win for us. Fortunately, that would have also been a very good card. Ares would have dominated a bounce deck, almost certainly. We do have Hood still, so it's a little iffy sometimes, but on average, I was thinking it's like probably around 15 power or so. That's why I put it in here. Still have the Toxin, okay. Only one bounce, though. Of course, we know, I mean, Falcon in there, too. Oh, Hood. Yeah, I don't mind the demon getting hit here, so I think we can do this. I think this is still a pretty solid Misery right as well if we hit it. I may have actually filled up too many cards mid. I don't know, like Symbiont Spider-Man sort of helps, but not if you play him on turn 5, only if you play him on turn 4. In other words, like he doesn't really condense space. You're going hard mid, man. Good lord. Rocket is already a monster. Demon has a full spread there, wasn't it? Nice. So now I'm thinking, like, do I actually just maybe give up mid? It's so hard to say because they might be bouncing these again with a Falcon, you know? If they bounce with a Falcon, I can definitely still contest. But I don't know, man. I sort of like giving it up. I don't know. I might just give it up. Give it up. Black Swan and Falcon here, I bet. We went bet. Yep. Dang, dude. They just hit all their bounce they needed. Dang, dude. To lose one and still hit the other two is really nice for them. Well, okay. So we just sort of gave them mid for free, sadly. And we are very good at not winning these other spots as well. Very good at not winning these spots. I'm going to say Demon holds and we just dump right and somehow get there. I don't know. Not impossible, actually. Like, maybe they just rely on... I think Rocket was actually so big, though, that he would already tie left. Oh, my God. Does this plan work? No way. No way does it work. 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 Come on. Oh, he's going mid. I forgot. Oh, my God. My plan worked. It worked. Yes! The demon holds. Let's go, dude. This was actually so spicy, dude. The hit monkey. I wonder if they should have... Well, they can't play Rocket mid. No, they just needed to play Rocket left. Well, that would have only been a tie. Rocket Kitty left and hit monkey mid would have won. They went so hard right, though, dude. Nice, dude. That's a good win. Great web. Ooh, that one can be a little awkward for sure. Need some low cost stuff to do. Missing all 4 of our early game cards. I mean, I guess we kind of have 5 with Phastos, right? 7 4-drops, 5 non-4-drops. So Surge would be a welcome sight. We'd take a Zabu. Probably figure out something to do with the Hood. Yep, there's the Hood, all right. I mean, it's going to end up here anyway, so if we're playing the Hood, we might as well do it now. I mean, certainly a Misery would be fine. Oh, nice. Okay, that might open things up a little bit. Whoa. I wonder if we just let that go, dude. Can we just let that go? We just abandon that and say, hey, we're always losing that. Oh, it seems so risky, right? It seems so risky, right? I just like, I'm also just not good at Nidavellir, really, because it's hard for me to get enough cards down, realistically. Laufey would be really insane left if I skip here. Yeah, I mean, I guess we skip. I kind of hate it, though. Part of me wants to not skip. Misery would also be insane left, of course. Chantress can be a great card. I think we still want to Galacta first, and then we look at Laufey Demon next turn. Laufey eats a lot of tiny stats, assuming shield stays. He might be able to solo this with the Galacta buff in particular. And then maybe we put Demon right just to really make Nidavellir contested. No, it's gonna be hard to win Nidavellir and mid though, because we don't have any cost discounts. You know, like we're only gonna be playing one card basically on turn 6. Maybe we hit Surge or Joaquin or Zabu, of course. We could play 2, but still it's only 2, which means you're not really getting a Galacta buff after the Laufey here. So you could maybe put Demon mid and Laufey left and like give up Nidavellir, just like make them think you're pushing it and then just kind of bail. But you're still really exposed to like a big Thanos or whatever, you know? Still really hard. Oh my god, their Thanos is also literally just already completed. Are you kidding me, dude? It's turn 4. It's actually turn 4 though. I guess you go Zabu here since you now have Demon plus 4-drop. Still, it's really hard to win this though. And now Laufey's like super exposed to Thanos as well, right? Like Thanos just farms up. Oh, they played the Thanos early though. Interesting. So that opens up more opportunity again, I would say. I don't think it's great necessarily, but oh my god, we can even play 3 cards here. Holy moly. 7 here. I mean, that's a big lead. You have to trust 7. In fact, you could probably get away with 5. 13-point lead. What could they possibly have that beats a 13 over here? Like Mockingbird, Eliath, and those don't do anything. I think you gotta trust 13. I mean, Shang-Chi, I guess. But we beat Shang-Chi too. Shang-Chi's only 3 to 5. So yeah, there's literally nothing. So now it's just about holding right. But if like Mockingbird's too big, and you know, it's just, we'll have to see. Sam plus Shang-Chi. Oh, dude, I am so sick of this card, dude. Oh my god, bro. I'm so sick of this card, dude. Oh my god. It's just like Thanos just gets to run everything for free, dude. It is so mind-numbing. Okay, so the opponent is running a Hulk, but it is high Evo Hulk. Okay, so that's gonna be a spike that just dominates a lot of the time, and we can track its oh god, Space Throne. Okay. Dude, do we ever like play off curve here just to make sure we can win a Space Throne, dude? Here's our turn 3, here's our turn 4, here's our turn 5 or whatever. Maybe it's this. I mean, you know, you'd want Laufey probably to be big. I might try, dude, because it's like a guaranteed win if you hit the Hulk, right? Oh no. Well, no, they didn't float this turn, so my Hulk is now bigger than their Hulk. Okay, never mind, we're back. The only thing is they might just give up the Hulk. Oh my god, this could also be interesting. Let's see. They might just give up the Hulk and like try to win the other 2 spots and just not play a Hulk in Space Throne and like bait me into it. You know what I mean? There are some really interesting. Oh my god, dude, this just got even more interesting again. Oh god, I don't know what's happening. Okay. So they just took another non-skip turn. So I can actually skip I can take a real turn this turn is what I'm getting at. Like they took 2 in a row where their Hulk didn't get bigger. So I can play Gwynpool this turn as a real turn. I think I like that better than Phastos. Phastos just, there's not that many things I even really want to hit anymore. So let's do this. Now they're taking a skip turn. Okay. Our Hulk got hit again. Good lord, dude. It is just a monster. This is actually not likely to win, for the record. It It always feels super insane and wrong to play a Zabu into the Cyclops, and I just want to buff the Hulk again, I think, right? So maybe I go Symbiote Spider-Man into Gwenpool here to set up for turn 7. I might just be playing my Hulk mid. Surely they don't run a Shang-Chi, right? Like, surely they don't just run a Shang-Chi. Like, surely. Famous last words, right? We've all heard that. It just really helps because if so, I have a more flexible final turn, and I can hit Gwenpool targets basically this way. Yeah, Ares got even worse. He's only 5 power right now, so that's probably not it. I mean, he might be worth it just with like Galacta Ares or something, but we'll see. They totally skipped this turn. Okay, so that does make you think about like She-Hulk Infinite stuff maybe instead. Good God, we just keep hitting the Ares, dude. This flips you across all 3, but it doesn't buff. It doesn't buff your Hulk. Do I need to buff the Hulk here? Do I just want to make sure I'm flipping 3 spots? Not flipping, but you know what I mean? Like, unpredictable here, flip here. Even if we don't hit the Ares, it's still a flip. Because this is effectively 8, and we'd be going to effectively 9. Which, you know, doesn't hold against a lot of things, but it would technically hold. Or would I prefer to just totally stack, you know, and like maybe say the Hulk's big enough? I honestly kind of lost track of their Hulk. I was supposed to be tracking it, and then I lost track. Mine also got buffed by Gwenpool, though, and I feel like... But it got debuffed by Scorpion. I feel like theirs is maybe at 19. But it could maybe get bigger this turn, right? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to stack it this way. I'm going to give up right. I'm going to say, oh, see, that we did the thing where they gave up the Hulk mid. No! Ares hits? What? Do we beat a Hulk anyway now? We did exactly the thing we talked about, right? We identified this risk like on turn 2 or something, right? It was really risky because in particular you play the Hulk early, right? Like they may not have hand tracked the Hulk otherwise, but Ares hits anyway, dude. How does the Ares hit? What was in their deck? Do they just not have any cards left, I guess? Oh, I played these in the wrong order, by the way. Oh, I played these in the wrong order. For the record, for the future, we could have had another +4 potentially. Usually only +2, but I played these in the wrong order. You should play Phastos into Ares always, right? I don't think there's any downside to doing it the other way. If Gwenpool had hit this Hulk, dude, we're so lucky. Unbelievable. I don't know what was left in their deck. Just some little Misty Knights or something, I guess. Okay, Gamma Lab real bad for us unless we find a Hood. I would definitely throw a Joaquin in there as well. I mean, I guess I'm gonna throw a Phastos in there, but it just puts us dramatically behind right from the start. I mean, you have to assume the opponent has a play there, don't you? Don't have Shang-Chi in here. I wanted to run him, but I was like, dude, I'm just so sick of Shang-Chi. And on top of that, like, they're going to play like 2 stones here. This Phastos power is basically wasted. Oh my God, not 2 stones, but maybe even more. Worse, honestly worse. Can we bluff a Shang-Chi this game, dude? Maybe. Maybe. I guess you go Gwenpool next turn. Maybe you play a Hood over here. I don't know. It's going to be really hard to win. Ooh, Enchantress suddenly looking like maybe a big surprise they're not expecting, right? Ooh, Surge even. I do really wish I could put the Surge. Well, I mean, honestly, does Surge ever change anything about my plays? Do you know what I mean? Like, I never... If I draw Zabu or Joaquin, they're playable. And I just play them right anyway. Like Surge is +1 power, but she would be -2 because I need the power to be right. I don't need the power to be, you know. This Gwenpool arguably... Well, I do have a Phastos card. Like, I could maybe technically draw Symbiote Spider-Man that costs... He could maybe technically cost 2, which would be just completely insane. That's a 1 in 4. But I'm giving up 2 power right. I mean, I guess the question is, like, does 2 power right make a difference or not, you know? Oh, God. I mean, I do feel like they're just not gonna play to the Sarah, but dude, I'm like throwing so hard now if I don't draw Symbiote Spider-Man or one of these two. Can't draw Hood, basically. Oh, I did draw him, but he cost 3. He got the buff, not the discount. No! Oh! They have no reason to retreat, dude. None. No reason. This is so crazy. I guess it was really a 1 in 4 and a 50-50, which a 12.5% chance to win the game is not the right reason to play Surge left. I did the fun greedy thing, but you should always play Surge right. And it makes a big difference because if I was ahead 7-5, you know, I'd feel a lot more confident with the Enchantress because I would think maybe they're just going to dump 3 3-drops mid and try to win left and mid and just give up right, because I think that would be really strategic to do. You know, trust your Hulks. But they might have been worried about a Shang-Chi since I'm running like all 4 drops and like tempo cards and stuff, which is very reasonable as well. The fact that I didn't retreat, they were probably thinking, oh god, Shang-Chi, which, you know. Ooh, Joaquin, show me some spicy plays, Joaquin, dude, please. Oh, Surge instead. Nope, that's definitely happening. Yep. Surge first. Always, always, always. Zabu, Joaquin still very good on 3. Joaquin Hood, of course, very good on 3. Phastos still pretty good on 3. Hitting any of these early game cards really opens things up, I think. Dude, you know I about to ask for a 1-drop. I got a rock, you know. Actually, I don't hate Joaquin left. It you know, it just plays to Xandar a little better. I do hate Subterranean. It lost us our Surge because we shuffled, and of course, I'm sure we'll draw some rocks. Ooh, we dodge Rocket. Cool. Okay, that's a bonus too. Misery. You could re-roll your Surge, but I don't really think it's worth it yet. It's off curve right now. Anyway, it is cool that we redrew the Surge card so fast, but I just don't know if I love her here. I think Galactus just a high priority instead. We'll probably honestly just like Misery right anyway. Maybe Surge will go over here and we'll have a play. What do you know, dude? That's not bad. I also don't actually just hate Misery left now again. I was just thinking right to kind of get it out of the way, but now playing into the Rocket feels a little weirder. This Surge counts. That's fine. We don't need it to be on board for the future. So this Misery does work. It's just like, do I really want to contest this? It feels like a waste to just go to that trouble to contest the Scream and the Rocket. I mean, Rocket moves presumably, but maybe not this turn. Maybe we just shift our focus. I do kind of need a playable card though a little bit. We're I need like a, I don't even know, a 2-cost card, which isn't really possible. A rock is obviously possible, but does this Galactus still work this turn or not? I honestly don't know how it works. Does she still look? Oh, I don't think so. Oh, she died. Oh, of course. Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, in a weird way, that's kind of better for the cannonball. Ares. Oh god, the rocks, dude. Just leave this all up to just who knows what, dude. I think you need a Sentinel left. We just don't have that big of a lead. Rocket is the problem. Like, it just doesn't, it only adds 1 point effectively, kind of 2, I guess. Shield moving adds 3 for them. They're already at 12. It just doesn't feel like that wins. I'm almost wondering if you do this instead. I could see them get to 12 pretty easily. This is actually now, if we win, of course, 13. Which is kind of fine. So maybe you do this. Boy, this is a bold move, dude. Oh, they played way too much. They did not play where I wanted at all. We would have won left anyway. Wait, we're going to win left anyway. Hold up. They didn't actually... Oh my god, wait a minute. Hold up. They didn't buff the Scream, dude. If this Ares hits, we win. It's just about the rocks, dude. Rocks! No! I had 6 power, so it's definitely like 2 rocks in Gwynpool, right? Ooh, Nexus. Let's hope they are an ongoing deck, and I can just Enchantress this and win the game for free. Otherwise, we might have a hard time. We have some big stuff, obviously. Ares, Laufey, Simi Spider-Man can like stack stats up. I'm gonna draw that first, always, 100% of the time. Guaranteed. Always. It was gonna be a Surge, now it's gonna be a Rock. Hey, Galacta's okay. Demon there's probably a little bit of a liability, honestly. I can probably play this demon on 5 and be chill. I also do kind of want to lose priority. Compound is weird with Nexus. Maybe this needs to go here, but I just don't really want priority until late. Like I may not get it, which is good news, but you know, I want to be able to Enchantress. That said, Scream deck. I mean, they do have Darkhawk potentially, so still. Dude. All right, Galacta on 4 is cool. That's fine. Nothing ever sticking in Nexus here, we know. Bifrost screwing us up. Scream, Bifrost, they're very happy. Laufey, Galacta, or Gwynpool. I guess you still go Galacta. We're going to be playing here. So, dude, I got a dump left on 6. It's the only points we're going to have there? Am I going to lose priority? Surely going to, right? They're so big. Yeah, okay, we are. Scream's making them even bigger. So. Well, I guess we got to see how this turn goes, but I need to be able to Enchantress their Darkhawk and win, basically, is my logic here. We did draw 1. Hey, nice. Zabu Enchantress is my line, dude. All we got. That's hilarious. This hood is just getting beat up, dude. -7. Good God, hood. Importantly, the opponent has priority like we wanted. So unfortunately, though, Enchantress did not catch a single freaking buff, dude. There's no way Laufey Zabu's better, is there? How big's a Darkhawk? I only have 6 cards in deck. So that's like, what is he, 5'3" now? 5'4", 5'3" or 5'4"? Oh God. Anyways, gaining 12, so he's like 15 or 16. So Enchantress Zabu would be like 11 to like, they might have a 1-drop and a Darkhawk. I mean, Laufey is gonna be, you know, potentially like 14 effectively, and then Zabu is fine. The problem is if they don't play a Darkhawk, you know, like Laufey is 1,000 times better. If they do play a Darkhawk, you really wish you played Enchantress, because she's probably effectively a, well, we know she would be kind of an 18 power card. I mean, I will say Laufey's like close enough that maybe it's okay to just go Laufey. If she had caught any buffs, I would just 100% be playing Enchantress, but I'm worried. Yeah! Nah, it's gonna be close. I don't know. It's gonna be close. I don't know. I think we're fine, right? Maybe we're not. Would we win, right? Yeah, we're fine. Oh my God, dude. I think I said he might be just big enough, and by God was he. Woo! It's so close, right, too, man. It was 9-8, so we only had a 1-point clearance. So Enchantress, we would have been 11 to 8, or no, 11 to 9. It would have actually been similarly close. We would have had 11, you know, 6 and 5, and they would have had 3 and 6. They would have had 9. It actually was barely better. Like, this was actually almost as good, yeah. So this was almost certainly the correct play then. It almost had to be the correct play because it's better against every other possible permutation of plays.